Pick up the phone, Wild fans. Game 7 is calling from T-Mobile Arena tonight in Las Vegas, Nevada. You know what? It's Game 7. So I had to bring in a special guest for the Rink Report here ahead of this monumental game between the Wild and Vegas Golden Knights tonight here in Las Vegas. I'm Dan Myers from Wild.com, and joining me is Kevin Gorg. Kevin, welcome virtually anyway to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I wish I could be there with you. Dan, there's nothing quite like a Game 7. The last time the Wild were involved in one, it was in Denver back in 2014. I was there. I'll never forget it. You're going to love it tonight. You're going to have so much fun.
I am excited. This will be my first Game 7 in person. Watched plenty of them on TV, and you get the goosebumps going. You get the nerves going just watching on TV. Can't wait. And it's a great building to watch a hockey game in, whether it's October, March, or Game 7 here at the end of May. A big thing to watch for me tonight, Kevin, is going to be the psychology of Game 7. We were just here on Monday night. Vegas in control of the series at that point, up 3-1 coming home. Looked like the Golden Knights were going to put the Wild away. They weren't able to do it. They outshot Minnesota 22-1 in the second period of that game. Minnesota escaped that period with the lead, doubled their lead in the third period. And ever since that point, it slowly built confidence. A 3-0 win in Game 6 on home ice. Seeing how Vegas responds tonight with yet another chance to close this out, although now it's an elimination game for both teams. That's going to be a big storyline for me here. What do you think of that?
I think you're spot on. I think the psychology definitely favors the team with momentum, and that team right now is the Minnesota Wild. They've been able to play an elimination game twice in a row in this series and seem to get better each and every game from there. Whereas Vegas now for the first time is playing with that pressure over their heads. They were the favorite coming in. They're the favorite tonight. I think that first 10 minutes, Dan, is going to be huge. I think if you watch games in this building like we have over the years, the building is electric. It's loud, and this team seems to feed off it. And they try to jump these teams early with a couple of goals in those first 10 minutes. If the Wild can come out on their toes and be ready to go and answer the bell and stay even with this hockey team in the first 10, I like their chances. The second thing I'm watching for tonight is staying out of the penalty box. I am very fearful of the Vegas power play. They're a great puck-moving team, and I think the power play can be a great equalizer for Vegas in this contest. The more 5-on-5 hockey, the better, in my opinion, for the Minnesota Wild tonight.
I couldn't agree more, although you look at the Wild's power play, I believe it was 0 for 8 going into the last game. Minnesota had been without a power play. In fact, went more than 2 full games without a power play before getting that one in the third period. Then, of course, they capitalized on Kevin Fiala's goal. One final point on that. Kevin Fiala, someone to keep an eye on in this game tonight. The Wild got to Game 6 with him completely off the score sheet. No goals, no assists. He comes up with the big assist on the Ryan Hartman goal, scores the power play goal to double the Wild's lead and make it 2-0. Kevin, you know, this is a guy who is extremely streaky. And when he gets going, he can carry a team for a long stretch of time. And Vegas probably doesn't want to see Kevin Fiala coming in on a little bit of a heater like he is in this one.
Yeah, it's an interesting problem for Vegas to have with McNabb out of the lineup, trying to match up with Kaprizov too. And being that they're on two different lines, you got to pick your poison now. If you're going to overcover 97, which Vegas has done well in most of this series, you're going to pay a price. And that price might be Kevin Fiala. He's been a different player since Zach Parise came into the lineup and joined his line. And I think that 1-2 punch tonight is going to be potent for Minnesota if they can keep it to a 5-on-5 game, because Vegas can't put their best out there against both, because Dean Everson's going to roll those lines in consecutive fashion. And so that is the kind of the chess game within the hockey game tonight, and I think it favors the Minnesota Wild.
Wish you were out here, Kevin. Thank you so much for joining us on the Rink Report, and we'll be watching tonight. 8 o'clock puck drop on Bally Sports North. Pregame starts at 7. Anthony LaPanta will be all fired up. We got Ryan Carter on the call tonight, Gorgie?
The Bird will be there, and as always, we mute Fallness and we watch LaPanta.
Of course, you go to a big spot and you call him the Maverick. That's absolutely the right call. 8 o'clock again, puck drop, Bally Sports North tonight. If you're on the national audience, NBCSN has you covered. Enjoy the game.